Hey, hello. Today I want to teach you a few texture samples in Blender. Let's go see how we can make these. Alright, I create a plane and scale it up. Okay? Now I go into edit mode and apply subdivision. Subdivide to it. I set the subdivide number to 3. Okay? I go to the face section, guys. Here the shortcut key for face. If you press Control F, this menu will pop up for you. Okay? I apply a poke face to it. Okay? Again, I press Control F and we apply another poke face to it so it looks like this. Okay? Alright, I select this part of the vertex. Then from the select menu, I choose similar amount of continuing edge. Basically, it's a feature that selects all these vertex parts for you. Okay? Now with the G key, I move it down, or you can also use this option here, use the move tool. Okay? Now I go ahead and press the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+Shift+B to initiate the bevel operation on these edges. Then use the E key to extrude the selection vertically downward to create this specific shape. I press Tab to go into object mode, then go to the Add Modifier section and apply the Subdivision Surface from the Generate menu. Alright, I rotate it, right click and apply Shade Smooth to it. This is the first texture you can create and work with. Okay? Alright, now I come here again, press Shift+A to create another plane, scale it up with S and move it over here. I press the dot key to zoom in on, I press Tab, right click and apply Subdivide to it. Again, I create number 3 for this. Okay? Here I press Ctrl+F. For this specific step, I am going to come over here and select this particular option, or I can simply use the keyboard shortcut key Ctrl+T. Once that is done, I will go ahead and create a new trimming face for our model. Okay? Again, Ctrl+F. I'm clicking on Cook Face. Okay? First, I will go ahead and deselect the current shortcut key. Then I am going to manually select a single vertex point on the mesh. Now, the specific shortcut key used for the select similar function is Shift+G. So I am going to press Shift+G on my keyboard right now. First, I select this option, then I move it down by pressing G. Next, I use the shortcut Ctrl+Shift+B to apply a bevel, and finally I press E to extrude the shape out. Once again, I will go back to the subdivision modifier. Actually, from the Add Modifier menu, I'll select Subdivision Surface and then set the level's viewport value to either 1 or 2 to refine the shape. I'm smoothing it. Look, this is another texture. Okay? Look, I'll bring it here so you can see the differences. Okay? I created one like this and another one like this. Okay? Alright, let's create another one. I'm starting by creating a plane, scaling it up to be much bigger, and then repositioning it with the G key. Alright, I press the dot so that it comes to this option actually, so it centers on this. From the tab section, I go into edit mode, subdivisions. I subdivide it and set the number to 3. Okay. Now here I press Ctrl+F and select poke face. I apply poke face to it 3 times. Okay, that's 3 times. I press tab to go into object mode and make a copy of it with Shift+D. Alright, I come back to this part again. Okay, so first I come over here to select this specific vertex, then I press Shift+G and choose this particular option from the menu. Next, I press G and carefully move it further inward. Finally, I press Ctrl plus Shift plus B to make it significantly bigger and more prominent. Okay, here. From the Modifier Properties panel on the right, I select and add a Subdivision Surface modifier and increase the levels in the viewport to 2. Alright, please give me just a second here, as I realize that I actually missed the extrusion step in this part of the model. Let me give this an extrude as well. Okay, now let's make sure we are in object mode. We will apply a Subdivision Surface modifier and then select Shade Smooth to clean it up. Here is another interesting texture that you can see right here on the model. As you can clearly see, we have successfully created several different types of unique textures so far in this process. Alright then, I will go ahead and select this object, press the Tab key on my keyboard, and slowly transition back into edit mode to continue. If you remember, in this part, I came and selected this area. Now I come here and select this area again, press Shift plus G, and from the similar menu, I choose Edge to select these. With the G key, I move it down, then I press Shift plus G to apply bevel to it. I simply press the E key on my keyboard to extrude this section further downwards. Okay, Tab. Navigate to the Generate section of the menu. Then carefully choose the Subdivision Surface Smooth option from the list. That's it for today's tutorial. If you're new to the channel, please consider liking the video, subscribing, and clicking that notification bell icon. Until we meet again in the next one, goodbye for now.